So, I just saw a dead body.
I know you gonna dig this.
Get funky with me.
This video was filmed a week ago. Hi, this is Scott from the future. And by the future, I mean Toronto. This video you're about to watch is from a week ago in Kansas. Now, just so you know, I go into the mausoleum in this video and I see the dead body and it's my reaction. They're very strict about what I'm allowed to show you. So you'll see what I can show you, but it's not everything I wanted to show you. But it's still my reaction and I'm showing you a little bit. Just so you know right off the top, in case you get angry afterwards, say, hey, why did I sit through 26 minutes of this? I'm telling you now, but it's really cool. It's amazing, actually. It's wild. It's awesome. Just like the hat says. Cool. All right. Roll it. Oh, the music. Let's start. So cool. Let's go. Roll it, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lucas, Kansas. Lucas, Kansas. We are deep in Kansas, kind of right in the middle. And I am standing outside of the Garden of Eden. Yeah, the Garden of Eden is right here in Kansas. Now, this place is an art exhibit. It's a cemetery, sort of. It's a house where the artist died. We're going to go inside. I'm going to talk to Mary Ann, who works there. She's going to give us a brief little explanation of where I am, what's going on here, and then I'll get more into it of what I can and cannot show you. I can show you a little bit. Oh, I tripped. So here we are in Lucas, Kansas. Mary Ann, who works here. Mary Ann, where am I?
Well, this is the Garden of Eden in Lucas, Kansas. It is a National Historic Site built by Samuel Perry Dinsmoor. That's this gentleman here. He built it to be a tourist attraction, started at the age of 62, worked on it for 25 years. He built it, as I said, to be a tourist attraction, and it is one of the top 3 grassroots art sites in the United States.
Amazing.
It is the oldest grassroots art exhibit, so this is basically what started the whole grassroots art movement, and it is the largest outdoor exhibit. He had no training at all. That's what grassroots art is.
Yeah.
In the house, he made every window and every door a different size. It was the first house in town to have electricity and running water. The woodwork is all original. He used redwood, oak, and pine. The flooring is even original. It's linoleum he laid down around 1907.
Wow.
He also made furniture. We have 4 pieces left in the home. There are a couple game tables, a desk, and a wardrobe downstairs. This is basically a 3-story house.
Wow.
And in his day, it was a mansion. It's made of limestone. The inside is lath and plaster. Outside, there are 150 sculptures.
150?
Yes.
My goodness.
Yes. He was very outspoken. He liked for people to come listen to him speak. He would give lectures out in the yard on politics or religion. And so he expressed his ideas in the sculptures, cement that he had his own secret formula for. And that is why it has lasted so long.
Right.
Here we are over 100 years later still giving tours.
Right.
One of the biggest attractions here would be that Mr. Dinsmoor is on display in a mausoleum in the yard. It is locked and we do not allow any photography inside, unfortunately, but that is one of the draws to get people to come here and see this place. Tourism is our biggest industry here in Lucas. And it's probably the Garden of Eden that brings people to town.
Right,
And then
definitely.
they go see the other things, the other art sites downtown.
So he wanted to be, he died in his home.
Yes, he did.
He died in the other room. We're going to go in there. I've got a story about his wife that you told me.
Yes.
And I'll be able to go see the mausoleum and then insert a couple of photos that seem to be circulating that are okay.
Right.
Right.
That's perfect.
Because there's really no photographs. You guys have done a good job. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really good. But I've got a couple that I'm going to show the audience
Right.
and that are online. And let's just get into it. Let's walk around.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Road sign just off the side. I've come outside because I want to give a little bit of a view from this end, what we're looking at here. So this is the outdoor art exhibit. And yeah, there's some strange things. You wouldn't imagine seeing this in the middle of Kansas. But I want to add a few things before we go into the house and I go into the mausoleum. The house is right there, just past those trees. My rule for my channel is if the viewer can't see it, I don't see it. I don't go into places. Like a lot of people ask me, like, why don't you go to Zach Baggins Museum? Well, they don't allow photography and video. There's been places like that where they don't allow it, so I don't bother going. I'm like, well, why would I go if I can't show it? You know, there's things that I do in my personal life I go see, sure. You know, I'm not gonna, if I go see a movie, I'm not gonna film it and then put it on my YouTube channel. But I'm saying for things that I want to do for my channel. So I came out here to do this for the channel. Now there's some miscommunication. I was under the impression, because they don't allow a lot of people to film here, but then it's the mausoleum I can't film inside of. And I didn't find that out until I made about a 3-hour drive here. I was under the impression I could. And I completely get it because they want people to come here, see it for themselves. So I'm going to show you as much as I can show you, and I do have some pictures. And I'm going to give you my reaction. So it might be worth it sticking around just to see, like this, is this the brim of my hat that's causing the shadow? It doesn't matter. I'm going to give you my genuine reaction after seeing Mr. Dinsmoor. And his wife is below him. Now, first of all, his wife died when she died back in the early 1900s. She was buried in the cemetery here. He wanted her buried here, but the city said no. What he did was, him and a few friends went and dug her up and brought her here anyway. This place is becoming such a tourist attraction. They let him keep her here. And when he wanted to be buried here, the city said sure, because it was bringing a lot of tourism into town. And, well, so he's here. And his first wife, I believe. Well, I'll find out who else is here. I don't know if that's part of it over there. There's tractor stuff or something, farm stuff, but there's a little bit more here. So I will let you know exactly. I'll go into great detail of what I see. And like I said, I can share a couple of photos. They're very vigilant about photos that are, there's not a lot online. But I found a few, and we're going to put them in. And I urge you to come out here, because so far what I've seen is pretty cool, pretty beautiful. If you're in the middle of Kansas or close by, make the drive. All right, let's walk around. I've got some outdoor exhibits here. Oh yeah, so this has lasted a long time. These things. Wow. I do want to go back in the house and show you around. What's here? A couple of, some sort of pits. I don't know what's happening in here. And there's this as well. Yeah, so it didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to. So I was fascinated by the story, and then I called ahead a couple days ago, yesterday, and they said they don't really allow filming, but they were going to allow me to. And then when I got here, they said, oh yeah, you can't film the very ending, the last thing you would see, which is inside the mausoleum. And I'm like, well, it's kind of, you know, part of my channel aesthetic, so to speak. But that's okay. I'm gonna put in those photos, like I said, and I'm gonna tell you exactly. I think it's in there, or he's in there. Wow. Let's go back in the house and take a look around. Show you the room where he died. He had about 3 or 4 heart attacks in the course of a couple of days, and that's what did them in. That'll do it. And they gave me this little book, The Cabin Home, Garden of Eden. And let's walk around, go back inside, and take a look. We'll try to, we're gonna look at some art, which is really cool. I love modern art and I love art. Look at that. But I also know what my audience is here to see. Oh, I know you sickos. I know what you want to see. That's why I made the direct too, because I do as well. What's up? This is fantastic. This front part, wow. Just in a normal Kansas neighborhood, all of this stuff. And small town. Yeah. Garden of Eden, let's go back in. Here we are. Mr. Dinsmoor died in this room on July 21st, 1932. And this is one of his sons. He had a second wife named Emily. And Mary Ann, who showed us around, is related to Emily. So this is the room where he passed away. Wow. Yikes. Okay. Not a fan of taxidermy, but this is what I'm looking at. First wife, buried here. Second wife. And then he had 2 kids at the age of 81 with his second wife. Mary Ann, is his second wife buried here too?
No, she remarried when he died in 1932, and he was pretty far in debt when he died, and she lost everything. So she ended up remarrying and moved to Excelsior Springs, Missouri, and that's where she's buried.
Oh, I was just in Excelsior Springs. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
Cool, okay. Orange hair and sewing chest. Wow. What is the basement? Oh boy. Ow, I just hit my head. I'm 7 feet tall. That's going to happen. Wow. Oh, goodness, this place is huge. Well, come on. Let me do that at least. The arched cave is used for storing home canned food and cured meats. It also served as a storm cellar against tornadoes, of which there are a lot. I've been seeing a lot of tornado warnings the past few days. Kitchen, downstairs kitchen. Okay, do not exit. Now I want to exit out that door, just because it says do not. Everything's made of concrete here. All of the basement windowsills and the stairs are all made of concrete. Let's double check that. Yeah, that's concrete. I don't like to brag, but I have a degree in concretology. Some more things here. Petrified log. Yeah, it looks pretty scared. We went to Arizona. Oh, I touched it. I don't know if I'm okay. Here we go. All right. We're going back upstairs. Where I hit my head right there. Ow. Okay, now my feet are size 15 feet. They're getting out everywhere. Here we go. Rules. Oh my goodness. Where's the elevator? I said, where's the elevator? No elevator here for me. I'm getting my steps in. Okay. Oh, wow. Bedpan. I guess, is that a bedpan? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. AC/DC. Good taste. Okay. Please do not sit here. Now I want to sit in that chair. High school graduation, Emily Jane Dinsmoor. Here's some of his children. Wow, okay. Another bedroom. Wow. So I assume when he was in his 80s, probably slept downstairs so he didn't have to go up and down the stairs a lot. That's why he passed away down there, as opposed to in one of these bedrooms. All right, let's go to the mausoleum that's here at his house. So here we are. This is the outside of the mausoleum, correct?
Yes, it is. And
Wow.
Mr. Dinsmoor and his first wife are in here. Her coffin is covered with cement, but he is in a cement coffin that he made that has a window on the top of it, and you can see him.
And he made this himself.
sure
He made
did.
his own coffin.
He did.
Did he make her coffin as well?
You know, I don't know that. And I don't know. And I don't know if he had planned for her to be on display or not.
Right.
I don't know if he ever had planned that.
You had said to
actually.
me at the beginning that he dug her up,
He
brought her
did.
here, and then after a while the town just accepted it, or was it instantly?
Yeah.
Because they said no at
Yes,
first,
yes.
right?
Right. At first, they told him no. She has to be buried out in the
cemetery.
cemetery. So she was, and he and some friends went out there and dug her up and brought her
They
back.
didn't say anything when they brought her back.
I guess they just let him do it after that.
Well, he said he was kind of high up in the town.
He was.
So
He
you know
was
maybe
a 32nd degree Grand Master of the Masons.
Wow.
So, you know, they had a lot of pull in this town
Yeah.
at that time.
yeah,
so.
back in those days. I mean, yeah, I think if he made up his
Right.
mind he's going to do that, they probably just said, okay, well.
Right.
So inside here, and you said people come here just for this. They
Some
avoid the
people
art.
do, yes. We get upwards of 15,000 people a year come through
Wow.
here. I would say 95% come just to see Mr. Dinsmoor in his mausoleum.
And how do have neighbors ever said anything? Like it's weird living next door?
Not now. The town loves this place now, but
Right.
in his day, most of the town thought he was a little off, and
Yeah.
a lot of his neighbors wanted this torn down. It was a constant fight. The
Right.
townspeople going to city council trying to get this place torn down, and him fighting it.
Wow. Well, let's do it. Okay.
All right.
Who's that? Who's that looking down up there?
That is an angel.
Oh.
Mr. Dinsmoor wasn't so sure when he died which way he was going to go.
I love
So
it.
just in case he was going to go to heaven, he wanted to be sure and have an angel who would take him there. He also made a cement water jug that he placed at the foot of his coffin, and he requested when he died that it be filled with water because, he said, just in case he went the other way, he needs some water on his way down.
He's out there. That's lovely. Yeah, what would the living person do with the water? And how would we know if he's down there?
It's true.
I like his way of thinking, though.
Yeah?
Seems like he had a sense of humor almost.
It's true. You know, and my great aunt, who was his second wife,
Right.
She said he was the funniest man she had ever met.
Right. Yeah, I was saying that you were related. You actually you knew your great aunt. Yeah.
I did.
That's
I did.
wild.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I put it off long enough. Let's go in.
All right.
Let's walk to the door. The door is locked at all times. Right?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Okay,
It
guys,
is.
I'm going in. I'm going to come out and tell you what it is I see in here. There's the door shut, and you can hear it behind me.
All right. Yes. And the nails along the fence here.
Wait, before we get in the nails, can
Okay,
we?
okay.
Mary Ann.
I know it's kind of overwhelming, isn't it? I mean, it just kind of. It's a lot to take in.
So I've got a couple of pictures I'm inserting now of what we saw, but let me say that those pictures don't now. So for 70 years, you're laughing too because you just met me and I'm never tongue-tied, Marianne, but I'm a little tongue-tied after what I just saw. I'm going to turn the camera on you for a second for me to explain
Okay.
exactly what it looks like. But for me, I mean, I've been to funerals, I've seen dead bodies, you know, that sort of thing. That's 130 years. How many years?
Well, he's been in here
Oh,
almost
no.
93.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Right,
1932
right.
he
He's
passed away.
89 when he died. He's been in here almost 93 years.
You can make out that it's a human still, for sure. He's got hair on his chin, hair on the back of his head, big receding hairline, right?
Yeah.
Nose is gone. His face is sunken in. He looks very thin and gaunt.
Yes.
This might be the Atkins diet, I'm not sure. But he's his suit that he's wearing is black suit covered with white stuff, which is mold.
Yes.
And we'll get into that in a second. But you and I both noticed, we were talking about his eyeballs. One of them you can kind of still see.
Right.
It's not disturbing at all, though, really, because it's mummified and it just looks like it could be an old dummy, right? That's kind of what.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have people ask me, is that even real?
Like, it's definitely real.
promise
But it's
you
definitely
it
real.
is
It's
real.
definitely real. But it's not. I think anybody who has a fear of dead bodies or a fear of death should come see that because it's, I mean, it kind of shows that there's nothing really afraid of. It's just, it's just how it goes away. Now, I want to ask you a question. So, with the body, I'm going to explain exactly. So when you walk in, it's right there. On the left is the headstone for his first wife. Sorry, first wife.
Right.
She is below, encased in concrete. He is above. There's a glass window, and then a coffin, and then a glass covering his face, face and upper chest, kind of. And that glass was intact. The viewing glass, I guess you could say, that's the main viewing glass, was intact for 70 years, and it got some cracks in it.
Yes.
But you said for the first 70 years, he was almost perfectly preserved.
He was. For 70 years, he looked like he had just died.
And so you've seen him like that.
Yeah.
You saw him.
Oh,
you
definitely.
grew up here and the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. Saw him many times.
So you've watched him deteriorate.
Yes.
Now, did he deteriorate fast from what he looked like? Or
It was so slow-paced, we honestly really didn't notice it so much until all of a sudden it's just like, oh my gosh.
He still had the skin on him, though, back then and all that.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, here's the mold, and it's like... It's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, because he'd still be preserved.
Right. But the Kohler Foundation, who did the restoration for us, they did replace the glass and they resealed it. So he should be good now. It slowed it down.
Yeah, and there was the water jug beside him.
Right,
it was right here to the right. So right straight ahead. This is the photo that I found online where you can see kind of part of it. It's white, and we don't know if there's secret rooms up there. It's right. You said it could be.
There's rumors there's secret rooms. That he had secret tunnels all over the grounds.
No ventilation in there either.
No.
None whatsoever, like a regular mausoleum.
No.
But he's there. That was a dead body. That was Mr. Dinsmoor. He was an odd duck.
He was,
but
very
probably
eccentric.
a genius.
Yes, I'm sure he was.
And also a little protective. Tell me about the nails.
Yes, the nails along the fence here. Some of the townspeople used to come and sit around on the fence and make fun of him while he was working. So he said, "I'll fix you." He put the nails on there so they couldn't sit there anymore.
So they would sit and heckle him while he built his own mausoleum.
He was creating.
He created his own in anticipation of death.
Yes. And his youngest son, John, the last time he was here, he told me, I remember my dad saying, "You might come and stand around in my yard and make fun of me, but you ain't gonna sit on my fence and do it."
Good.
So.
I'm not sitting there. Wow. Well, what else should we say about the inside? I mean, I saw all of it.
I would point out this sculpture to you.
Oh, wow.
This is his most famous sculpture. It's the last one that he made. It's the one that appears in books and magazines the most. It's called Labor Crucified. The figure in the middle is Labor, or the common man.
Right.
And Mr. Dinsmoor, the common man, is being crucified by the doctors, preachers, bankers, and lawyers.
That's amazing. I gotta get a photo of that.
Arms. He developed cataracts and he was completely blind for the last 2 years of his life, so that's right where he stopped working.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Didn't get it finished.
So it's an unfinished work. Mm-hmm. Has anybody ever thought about finishing it, or is it just...
His youngest son, John, lived in Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
He came out here while the Kohler people were working because he was very concerned, and he said, I don't want them to finish my dad's sculptures. And the Kohler people said, "No, John, we have no intention of finishing it. We just want to restore it to how your dad left it." So that was pretty important to John for them to not touch those.
Oh yeah, there's a flag, American flag inside. That was on the right, correct? With 48,
Yes,
48
his flag hanging on the
Yeah.
wall, 48 stars on it.
at the time, yeah. And then,
And this flag actually used to be clear up on that point, but he had it taken down during his time. He decided it was too heavy and dangerous. It does have 48 stars on it, and the bird on there is a turkey. He didn't think the national bird should be the eagle.
he thought it should be a
the
turkey.
turkey.
He thought it should be a turkey. I don't think turkeys can fly. Can they?
Not very far.
Yeah, they can kind of get a little bit. They don't fly. They don't really fly that far. Like it's like chickens can fly, but have you ever really seen a
Right?
chicken fly?
No.
Turkeys, I don't know. No, they can't. You know what? Now that I've brought this up, if I leave this part in the video, there's going to be a million people giving me turkey facts. Oh well. Let the first person write the turkey comment, and then no more. Please. No more turkey facts. Thank you very much, Marianne. This is wild.
Yeah, I think everybody should come here at least once.
I think everybody should definitely come here. All right. That was, I wish I could have showed you exactly what I want to show you, but didn't know until I got here. Some things work out, some things don't, but I think it was still very cool. And Marianne was amazing, full of information. What a lovely, lovely, lovely woman. I love talking to her. Come to Lucas, Kansas. Come see it. And you can go in and you can see Mr. Dinsmoor. What's left of him. Did I explain enough what I saw? Sunken face, white hair, no nose, glass. Yeah, it was wild. Thanks to everyone that works here. Well, Marianne. And her boyfriend's here. And yeah, come to Lucas, Kansas. Come to the Garden of Eden. There it is behind me. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. Peace out. Rest in peace, Mr. Dinsmoor and your wife. I can tell you are. I just saw you and you were pretty, you know, you're definitely resting. You ain't awake.